Good morning all of you. Today I'll be taking class on the topic mercury toxicity and mercury hygiene. Now these are the contents: introduction, forms of mercury, mercury exposure in dental office, sources of mercury exposure, mercury levels, side effects of mercury, that is allergy and toxicity, treatment, mercury hygiene, mercury free alloys, and conclusion. Now introduction. Now what is mercury poisoning? Mercury poisoning is also known as hydrargyia or mercurialism, is a disease caused by exposure to mercury or its compound. Mercury is a heavy metal occurring in several forms, all of which can produce toxic effects in high enough doses. Forms of mercury exist in three chemical form: elementary mercury, inorganic mercury, and organic mercury. Now what is elemental mercury? It is most volatile, exists in liquid or vapor form, inhaled and absorbed into lungs 80% and in GIT 0.01%. Most common form in amalgam restoration. Exposure to this form can occur due to accidental spillage of mercury in dental office. Inorganic mercury, normally mined as inorganic sulfide ore, mainly in liquid form, can also exist in other form than sulfide, irritating in nature. Main route of entry is through lung, that is 80%. Now what is organic mercury? Mainly in the form of methyl mercury. Main route of entry is absorption through GIT, that is 95 to 98% through food. Used in fungicide and pesticide, found in vegetable and fruits, and it is toxic in nature. Mercury exposure in dental office. Amalgam raw material being stored and used during trituration, insertion and intraoral hardening. Through amalgam scrape during finishing and polishing, removal of old restoration. Now what are the pathways of dental amalgam? Hg released from amalgam and inhaled with 80% up to uptake in the lung. Then mercury distributes throughout the body and nervous system. Then mercury breaks down to inorganic matter, mercury, and then mercury accumulates in the nervous system, liver and kidney. Now mercury absorption and transportation through hair and nails, brain, skin, lungs, blood and GI tract, which may cause neurotoxicity, nephrotoxicity, teratogenicity and death. Now what is relative sources of mercury exposure? Through amalgam, that is 90%, through vaccine 75%, seafood 30%, industry 10%, other is 4%. Other sources include agriculture, pesticide and herbicides, manufacture of electrical switches, paper manufacturing, paints, felt making, photography, hide tanning and embalming. Now amount of mercury released during manipulation of amalgam. During trituration 1 to 2 microgram, condensation 6 to 8 microgram, dry polishing 44 microgram, wet polishing 2 to 4 microgram, removal of amalgam restoration underwater spray, high volume suction, that is 15 to 20 microgram, additional evacuation for 1 minute to remove residual amalgam dust, that is 1.5 to 2 microgram. Now what are the Hg levels? The normal daily intake of mercury is 15 microgram from food, 1 microgram from air, 0.4% microgram from water. Threshold limit value is allowable exposure level to mercury vapor is 8 hours per day or 40 hours per week. OSHA recommended threshold limit value should be 0.05 milligram per meter cube. Normal mercury level in urine is 0 to 0.02 milligram per liter. Allowable maximal limit in urine is 0.15 milligram per liter. Allowable maximum limit in blood is 3 microgram per liter. Saliva and urine normal levels are equal. Most dental office mercury levels lie below 0.05% milligram per meter cube. Now the side effects of mercury, that is allergy and toxicity. Allergy responses represent an antigen antibody reaction marked by itching, rashes, sneezing or other symptoms. Contact dermatitis or Combs type 4 hypersensitivity reaction represent the most likely physiologic side effects to dental amalgam. Usually, small percentage of people are allergic to mercury. When such a reaction has been documented by dermatologist or allergist, an alternative material, example composite or ceramic, must be used unless the reaction is self-limiting, usually within 2 weeks. Immediate hypersensitivity reaction associated with the mercury component of amalgam restoration. Release of mercury induced an acute reaction which result in erythematous lesion, severe burning and itchy sensation and difficulty in breathing. Skin patch test results indicated a very strong positive reaction to mercury. Amalgam restoration were placed with composite filling material. Now, what is toxicity? Toxic effects of mercury depend upon amount of exposure, length of mercury accumulation in body, amount of accumulated mercury, overall health of the patient for detoxification. Now, what are the levels of mercury? Mercury level expressed as a microgram of Hg per gram of creatinine. That is 4 is upper limit of urinary 4 to 25 is upper limit of urinary mercury attributed to extensive amalgam fillings. Then 25 to 100 is subtle changes on some test but no over symptoms. Decreased response on test for nerve conduction, brain wave activity and verbal skills. Now 100 to 500 is mild to moderate symptoms, irritability, depression, memory loss, minor tremor and other nervous system disturbances. Early signs of disturbed kidney function. Now 500 to 1000 is pronounced symptoms, that is kidney inflammation, swollen gums, pronounced tremor and nervous system disturbances. Now, what are the toxic effects on mercury? Forms of mercury, 3 types of mercury: elementary, inorganic and methylene mercury. Now, what are the route of exposure? In elemental, it is inhalation. In inorganic, that is oral. In methylene mercury, that is oral fish consumption. Now, what are the target organs of elemental? CNS, kidney, peripheral and nervous system. In inorganic, kidney and peripheral nervous system. And methylene mercury is CNS. Local clinical signs: in elemental, that is lung, bronchial irritation, and inorganic GI irritation, skin irritation and ulcerations. There are no local clinical signs through methylene mercury. Now, what are the systemic effects? In elemental, kidney proteinuria, in CNS mood change, in PNS tremors. In inorganic, kidney is proteinuria, tubular necrosis in PNS and tremors and numbness. Methylene mercury, developmental effect in fetus and newborn, CNS in adults, tremors and paresthesia. Now, what is mercury poisoning? There are 2 effects, that is acute effect and chronic effect. Acute effect by injection, local corrosive effect, nausea, vomiting, severe abdominal pain, chemical colitis, renal damage. By inhalation, chemical pneumonitis, pulmonary edema. And what are the chronic effects? Classic symptoms are tremor, gingivitis, erythism, Greek erythemosis, that is irritation. Renal and CNS damage, Minamata disease, neurological syndrome which caused by severe mercury poisoning. Memory loss, allergies, mental confusion, irritability, high blood pressure and heart problems, fatigue, weight gain, digestion problems, skin rashes, joint stiffness, immune dysfunction, cold feet, balance problems. Now, what are the psychological disturbances? Fits of anger, short-term memory loss, low self-esteem, loss of self-control, sleepiness. A person may also suffer from the loss of ability to learn new things or things that require memorization. Oral cavity problems, inflammation of the mouth, loss of bone around teeth, ulcerated gums and the other areas in the mouth, darkening of gums, taste of metal, bleeding gums. Now, what is GI problems? Cramps, inflamed colon or diarrhea. What are CVS problems? Weak pulse, increased blood pressure, chest pain, feeling of pressure in the chest area. Now, what are the respiratory problems? Weakness and problems with breathing, emphysema, persistent cough. Neurological problems: headaches, vertigo, tinnitus, twitching in various areas of the body, that is eyelid and feet, etc. Toxic effects include damage to the brain, kidney, and lung. Mercury poisoning can result in several diseases, including acrodynia, that is pink disease, Hunter-Russell syndrome, Minamata disease. Now, what are the signs and symptoms? Peripheral neuropathy presenting as paresthesia, itching, burning, or pain, skin discoloration, swelling, desquamation, that is shedding of skin. Now, mercury symptoms on oral cavity, bleeding gums, alveolar bone loss, loosening of teeth, excessive salivation, foul breath, metallic taste, burning sensation with tingling of lip, face, tissue pigmentation, that is because of amalgam tattoo of gum, stomatitis, sore in the mouth, ulceration of gingiva, palate, and tongue. Now, what is acrodynia, which is also known as pink disease? Considered to be a mercury allergy, erythema of the palm soles, edema of hand and feet, desquamating rash, hair loss, pruritus, diaphoresis, tachycardia, hypertension, photophobia, irritability, constipation, diarrhea, anorexia, insomnia, poor muscle tone. And these are the pictures of pink disease, which is also known as acrodynia, which is caused by the mercury. Now, what is Hunter-Russell syndrome? Syndrome is characterized by paresthesia, visual field constriction, ataxia, impaired hearing, and speech impairment. Now, what is Minamata disease? Mercury in the marine environment identified as a health risk for human known as Minamata disease. In 1952, a factory in Minamata, Japan was mercury as a catalyst. Mercury washed into bay. In 1953, fishermen and farmers showed symptom neurological damage and fetal deformity. Disease diagnosed in 1956 linked to fish consumption. 1957 fishing banned in area. In 1959 mercury identifies as cause. 1960 sources identified that is because of factory effluent. 2000 cases, 41 death, and 700 permanent disabilities. Now, what are the symptoms? Symptoms were ataxic gait, convulsion, numbness in mouth and limb, constriction in the visual field, and difficulty in speaking. Now, industrial waste into the bay, then fishes consume the methyl mercury consumed by the fishes in the bay. This last picture is the child suffering from Minamata disease after eating the contaminated fishes. These are the picture of Minamata disease in 1940, Iraq grain disaster in 1971. These are the pictures of Minamata disease. Now the treatment. Chelation therapy is the administration of chelating agents remove heavy metal from the body. A chelating agent could be given orally, intramuscular, intravenous. DMSA FDA approved use in children for treating mercury toxicity. 2,3-dimer capto 1 propensulfonic acid, DMPS, D-penicillamine, DPCN, or dimer caprol. Now, what is mercury hygiene? Dental mercury hygiene recommendation. First is ventilation. Provide proper ventilation in the brace by having fresh air exchanges and periodic replacement of filters which may act as traps for mercury. Second is monitor office. Monitor the mercury vapor level in the office periodically. This may be done by using dosimeter batches and vapor analyzer. Limit is 50 microgram per meter cube, 8-hour shift over 40-hour work week. These are the dosimeters. Now, third is monitor personnel. Monitor office by periodic analysis. Office design. Use proper work area designed to facilitate spill containment and cleanup. Pre-capsulated alloys. Use pre-capsulated alloy. Eliminate the possibility of a bulk mercury spill. Otherwise, store bulk mercury properly in unbreakable container on stable surface. Now, amalgamator cover. Use an amalgamator fitted with a cover. Handling care. Use care in handling amalgam. Avoid skin contact with mercury or freshly placed mixed amalgam. Avoid dry polishing. Evacuation systems. Use high volume evacuation when finishing or removing amalgam. Evacuation system have traps or filters. Check, clean, and replace traps and filter periodically. Change mask as necessary when removing amalgam restoration. Contaminated items. Dispose of mercury contaminated item in sealed bag according to applicable regulation. Spills. Clean up mercury properly by using bottle tapes. Fresh mixes of amalgam to pick up droplets and use commercial cleanup kits. Do not use household vacuum cleaner. These are the mercury cleanup kits. Some pictures of mercury cleaning kits. Now, clothing. Wear professional clothing only in dental operatory. Select an appropriate alloy. Proper mercury alloy ratio to avoid the need to remove excess Hg before packing. Recycling. Store amalgam scrape under radiographic fixer solution in covered container. Recycle amalgam scrapes through refiners. Never dispose of scrape amalgam in the sharp red biohazard bag or the trash. Avoid carpet or floor covering in dental office. Floor covering should be easy to clean, non-absorbent and seamless. Follow aseptic technique, that is wear protective mask, gloves and glasses to prevent exposure to mercury vapors. Use rubber dam during insertion, condensation and polishing of amalgam. Dentist and dental assistants should have proper knowledge of amalgam disposal and their handling. Now, the conclusion: dental amalgam are still widely used by the dental profession in most part of the world. Some countries like Sweden, Canada, and Germany, UK have either banned or imposed serious limitation on amalgam usage. In 1990s, several governments evaluated the effect of dental amalgam and concluded that the most likely health effect would be due to hypersensitivity or allergy. In 2004, the Life Sciences Research Office analyzed a study related to dental amalgam. They took mean urinary mercury concentration, microgram of mercury per liter in urine, as the most reliable estimate of mercury exposure. 95% of study participants shows microgram HGU below 4 to 5. Chewing gum, particularly for nicotine, along with more amalgam. However, the WHO states mercury level in biomarkers such urine, blood, hair do not represent levels in critical organs and tissues. The American Dental Association Council on Scientific Affairs has concluded that both amalgam and composite material are considered safe and effective for tooth restoration. Thank you.